Good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning. Good morning.
Good morning. We are looking into this topic, need for connection. We had left the discussion kind of unfinished or needing more clarification. So I'll just begin with a few pointers and then we can have this discussion continue. And as part of anthroposophy, what Steiner says is we are, of course, it's in our uh, texts as well. We are body, soul, and spirit. We are a threefold nature. We are also a fourfold nature, um, getting our qualities from the elements, the basic elements of fire, earth, water, and air. And of course, there is the space entity also. So, because we are this trifold, there is a need for the body, there is a need for the soul, there is also a need for the spirit. And there's other point also that humans need connection. Animals also kind of connect, but humans need to connect at soul spirit level as well. So connection is not optional, it's part of the divine design. We call about microcosm, macrocosm. We are part of that macrocosm. In Sanskrit, it's like Jivatman, Paramatman. I'm a Jiva and I'm part of this larger um, Param Atma, the ultimate soul. So somewhere there is this relationship deep down rather than just the physical uh, interpersonal relationships. So it's not just to survive, but somewhere it is to become fully human. I mean, that's what we talk about in the stages of development, unfolding of the human being. We are born incomplete and we are striving towards that completion, towards becoming that holistic, complete individual. So typically, when we say about animals, it's more instinctive group consciousness that they're operating out of, like honeybees working as one organism. However, humans, we are working out of wanting that individual consciousness while still staying connected. That staying connected comes because I need to develop, I need to grow, and I grow only through relationships. And at some point of time when I've seen enough, I've done enough, and I've learned enough from relationships, I need to go within myself to connect with myself. So you could see some people, staying in caves for years and years and years, but that is only after a certain level of maturity or growth. So initial years of human unfolding, I need that connection at physical, emotional, and intellectual levels. And when these are kind of taken care of and done, then I get into the spiritual or inner level or connection with myself. So somewhere this connection is about how I see myself within, feeling seen, feeling heard. Um, that is like connecting to another person. I seeing that other person, I feeling, hearing that other person. Somewhere, this connection to me sounds like nourishment at another level. One is physical nourishment, and this could be like a soul nourishment, something more deeper. I could be well cared for in a setup, physically. I have all the abundance around me, but I still may feel lonely and cold. I may have friends, but I still am not friendly. Somewhere something is missing, and that is probably the connection that more deeply with myself, knowing that I'm incomplete. Somewhere I may be doing very well in the society. People may think, I mean, anytime they would jump to be in my shoes, but deep down I know I don't have it all yet. and somewhere these relationships awaken it. There is somebody to trigger it. I think I have all my anger managed, but then I see this person and it flares up. So somewhere the relationships are contributing. Child is learning through imitation, child is learning through loving authority. All of that is to look out for love, trust, moral environment, relationship. And relationship is giving me that raw material to go deeper and connect with myself. And I think that's the reason we are looking for more connection or fulfilling connections. And maybe, we have heard about the stories of all these great saints, Buddha also, who just dropped all the family positions, everything, and they just went away. Maybe their physical connect need for connection at physical, emotional, intellectual levels were all taken care of. They were done with it. They still there was this longing to go more deeper at beyond even the ego level, the fourfold when we are talking about beyond even I level and something beyond me. That is more spiritual connection with the universe, whatnot. So it's going beyond the feeling of I'm safe, which is the need for the physical body. Then connection with life, that is the second stage of the soul requirement, where there is a life around me supporting me. I'm safe, I'm healthy. There is that inner vitality, there is that trust. Nothing more is happening here. I also have this feeling that I'm felt, and then maybe we move towards that becoming. Something more deeper in me is still wanting to come out, and that is where I know that this physical environment around me, the food, roti, kapda, makan, whatever, is not still satisfying me. I need more connection. That is when that hidden layer connecting to self becomes more intense. So it seems like this connection or wanting to connect seems like never ending, but we see the disconnection, when I feel insecurity. I know I'm with the known people, but somewhere I'm fragile. If I speak, they may laugh at me. If I say something, they may put me down. That insecurity still exists. That exhaustion. I may be well rested, I may sleep very well, but wake up still exhausted. So there's some vitality uh, missing, loneliness coming in, loss of meaning in life. All of those are because of some level of disconnection. And then we go seeking warmth, seeking rhythm, seeking beauty, all of those, seeking community, seeking people who give me that. That is where I am longing for connection, because I want to connect, I want to grow, I want to be who I am potentially um, can become. That trust. I don't know how it feels like, people tell that you're just happy for no reason. I mean, you are just not expecting anything, accept everything the way it is, whatever. It's like conscious love. You feel that. I have felt it sometimes, and it feels empty. Suddenly it's like I'm happy. I don't know why. And it's like, how could this be possible? How can you be happy without having gotten a raise or a praise or whatever? But that is when I think we won't have any longing to connect anymore. Glimpses of it is what I have had here and there. Maybe an aha moment where I don't know what else to do going forward, but this is it. And then there's so many aspects that where I have to draw this conclusion to this is it, and it continues. I think that's where we come to that point where there is need for more connection. So let me hear from all of you.